All right, can you guys see me? You can see me, you can see me. Hold on, actually, I'm not gonna bring that up. So I wanna read something to you guys. Welcome to another episode of Sit Down Sundays, episode number 5. So the date today is, what is it, February 9th, 2020, you guys. So this is a meme that I saw sometime last week. I think I liked it and I wanted to talk about it because when I saw it, it hurt my feelings a little bit. It was a little bit inaccurate. Let me read the meme to you. Ready? We sit on $1 million talents to make $17 an hour. They pay us to forget our ideas. Now, when I read that, I said, wait a minute, I make 18 bucks an hour, 17. With that being said, we're going to talk about this because it is so true. I have told the story a little bit about how maybe sometime last year I was hustling very hard. So in other words, I was working my 9 to 5, which is my job, and I used to work the late shift. So I used to work a very late shift, actually 4 to midnight. And then I would come home, and from midnight to about 3 o'clock a.m., maybe 4 a.m., I would work on eBay. So I would get my hustle on. So I would do that because I would say to myself, why would I go to a job, a company that makes millions and billions, the company's worth billions of dollars, and not come home and work on my business? So I'm minding somebody else's business. And when I say I'm minding somebody else's business, in other words, I'm going to work at somebody else's company to give them my time, my services, my talent. And we're going to talk a little bit about what your talent is, and go ahead and pour it into their company and make them millions and billions of dollars while I'm making 18 bucks an hour. Now, I want to talk a little bit about talent because actually just yesterday I went into a store. I won't say what store this was. And what was I doing? I was doing something. I was buying something. And every time I go into this particular store, this woman's attitude is like over the top. It's almost overwhelming. It's almost just sickening how pleasant she is, okay? So I told her, and I was just watching her, maybe there was like 1 or 2 people in front of me, and I made it a point to tell her, just in case she didn't know, because sometimes it's just a little thing, smiling at somebody, saying hello, telling somebody, you know, they look pretty today, they, you know, just the little things, wow, your shirt's beautiful. Just little things literally can mean the most to someone that particular day. You never know what someone's going through. So as I was going to the counter paying for my stuff, I told her, I said, you know what, can I ask, do you have a business? She goes, no, but I have another job. So she's working 2 jobs, okay? So big shout out to everybody saying the economy is doing so perfect, but everybody has 2 jobs, just saying. Let me come back around. So then she goes, I said, wow. I said, you know what? Your talent is really wasted here. I said, your customer service is like over the top. And I coined that phrase many years ago, over the top customer service. Like it's just really sickening how great she is with the customers and how pleasant she is all the time. Every time I go in, she's pleasant. It's like always at 110. So then she goes, oh, and you know, I could tell that made her feel good for the day. She said, oh, thank you. And I said, you're welcome. I said, you should really take your talents. I said, what was your major in college? She goes, I didn't go to college. I said, well, if you have any dreams that you want to pursue, you should really take your talents and move them into your own business. And then I left her with that little gem. Maybe I'll go back in there and see if she says anything to me. But with that being said, with that meme, I really thought about it. I'm like, what is your talent? I walk around every day at my job and certain people have je ne sais quoi. They have that it factor. That's why I like to say my name is Aisha, the it girl, because certain things that I can do very well. Like if you drop me into any situation, I can do well. You can drop me in a room full of like business people and I can speak, you know, eloquently, or, you know, I can handle myself just about in any situation, bad or good. So with that being said, I look at people and I say, wow, they have a great talent for, like, if you can work with people. A manager once told me many years ago, she goes, Aisha, what you have is natural. Some people they don't have great customer service. They can't interact with people. And if you're running a business, or even if you're working at somebody's business, you have to have that just that. And you guys know what I'm talking about. You have to interact with people. If you have a nasty attitude, if you're negative, that really does spew out. People don't realize that. Like when I meet people, I really assess them. I'm like, okay, wow, this person's very unhappy. You know, they really don't have to say anything. It could be the way they carry themselves, just the way they stand, if they look, just all kinds of things play into it. And I see a lot of people that have great talents. Like they work well with people. They're good with communication. Some people are good technology. And I'm like, what did you want? You know, I ask people, what did you want to do when you were, you know, was there a major? Did you have a dream or something? I always ask people that. And then they tell me, and I'm like, why don't you take that talent and start your own business? And then, you know, they kind of shrug it off or whatever. But in this time, in age and time, I hope I'm saying that right, you have to have multiple streams of income. There's no more your job is secure. You get what I'm saying? At any time, I feel, especially now, you could just be let go for anything and there you are stuck. You don't know what to do. We sit at jobs that we don't like, and this is me included. Now, one thing I'm really good at, and I kind of assess myself from time to time, and I pull my card from time to time, a lot actually, I have to. I learned this about 2 or 3 years ago. Personal responsibility is such a amazing concept. When you can sit there and start pulling your card or take personal responsibility, like if you're wrong, you're wrong. I like for people, I don't mind if people tell me what to do or if I'm wrong on something, if they're correct. And I know that sounds kind of funny, but I mean, if you're able to teach me something, I'm definitely willing to learn. But if you're coming across condescending, like you know it all, and you're trying to teach me something that I already know, it's like, okay, it's out the window. But I'm always willing to learn, pull my card, and take personal responsibility. And I think when you take personal responsibility for everything across the board, whether it be your home life, family life, business life, work life, whatever, it really makes a difference because it shows accountability and you can grow from that. You can definitely grow from that. With that being said, this meme, boy, let me read it again for you guys. We sit on $1 million talents or ideas or businesses to make $17 an hour. They pay us to forget. Now that last part, they pay us to forget. I feel it, but at the same time, that's when you have to look within yourself and say, hey, you know what? I know what they're doing, or don't. Okay, here's the thing. I always tell people this, and I've been very comfortable at my job for a very, very long time. When you're comfortable in a situation, business-wise, relationship-wise, whatever the case may be, sometimes you have to start reevaluating things, because I always like to be constantly challenged. I want to learn something new. I want to do something new. I don't want to go and do the same thing over and over every day, which I've been doing at my job for a very long time. But I like to be challenged, you know what I'm saying? So my skill sets, I'm always trying to learn, especially when it comes to tech, because I know that that is the future. That's why I have instilled within my son to learn different things. Like when it comes to like computerized and figure stuff, he's a whiz at it, but I want him to take it definitely to the next level. Languages, I know I'm getting a little bit off subject, but this is when it comes to the next generation, because I'm 42, my son's half my age, well, less than half my age, but he's like a young man, teenager. So moving forward into the future, it's 2020, you guys. Can you imagine what 2025, 2030 is going to look like? How are you prepared as a parent, a mother, a father, whatever the case may be? But better yet, how have you prepared your children? I know this is getting off subject, but how have you prepared your children to be prepared for the future? Are they going to work? Are they going to have a job? Are they going to have their own business? Are they going to be an entrepreneur? What do you want for your children? Okay, so let me circle back a little bit. Got a little off subject, but I think that there were some gems in there. Hopefully somebody found some value in that. You have to take personal responsibility. So when it says at the last part, they pay us to forget, they kind of do, but at the same time, you have to take it upon yourself to be like, okay, you know what? I have this 9-to-5 job. I'm going to work it, but you know what? I'm going to work on myself too. I'm going to work on my business also. So yeah, you might work 8 hours at your job or even have 2 jobs, but then that's when you take your time, when you have your time off, your day off, or you want to go home and sleep and get 8 hours, maybe you only get 4 hours, and you go ahead and work towards what you really want to do. So you take those baby steps. And I think I once said, why take baby steps when you can take adult steps, big steps? But you guys get what I'm saying. Take those baby steps to build your business, and get to a point to where you can go ahead and walk away from the work. And here's something else that came across, because you guys know that I like to ramble and all these different ideas go through my head. I once said, just fairly recently, it was probably this year or like at the end of last year, and I said, I find myself, and remember, be careful with your words, because what you say is what it is. You're putting out into the universe. So I would say, man, I hate working. And I had to catch myself and say, no, you know what? I'm a hard worker. I don't hate working. I just hate working for other people. Let me say that. I don't hate working. I just hate, excuse me, strong word. I dislike working for other people, I like working with people. I like partnerships with other people. I like building businesses and you know, creating with other people that have businesses. But I dislike, okay, not hate, I dislike working for other people, because no matter what you do you realize if you work 8 hours, you work 8 hours at your job, and I've said this scenario before, and the person next to you, they work 8 hours also. I'm getting paid 18 bucks an hour. They're getting paid 10 bucks an hour. We're both doing the same job, basically. Maybe I have a little bit more knowledge and experience, but they're doing basically the same job, but getting paid $8 less than me. Or maybe I'm making 18 bucks and somebody's making $40 or their salary. Basically, I know all the stuff that they know, but I'm getting paid less. Do you get what I'm saying? With that being said, it's like, I forgot where my point was, and you guys know I ran. You gotta laugh at yourself sometimes. With that being said, you're gonna get paid the same, right? No matter what. So if you have over the top customer service, you're so amazing. You know everything. You're doing this, you're doing that, you're over here, you're over there, you're running the place basically. You're still gonna get paid that hourly wage. Why not take all that skill set, that talent, that your drive, and put it into your own business? I don't care. I don't care if you want to sell pens all day. Damn it, sell pens all day. And take that talent, that customer service, because what it really comes down to, people don't realize customer service is key. And I really feel that like a lot of companies have lost customer service. A lot of people are just going through the motions. They're going to their job. It's whatever. But customer service is key. With that being said, I'm going to leave you. I'm going to read this one more time. We sit on $1 million talents to make $17 an hour. They pay us to forget. I want that to sink in. I want you to think about that. Leave a comment down below. If you guys like this video, welcome to Sit Down Sundays, you guys. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to, definitely leave a comment down below. If you want me to talk about something next Sunday as subject, go ahead and leave it down below, and maybe I'll think about it and I'll talk about it. Give you a shout out. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all of you. Thank you for subscribing. Definitely turn on that notification button, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.